Joe. Zulu. The rep. I need you over here. Countdown. Count, yeah.
Testing 1, 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Madison Square Garden here in the Big Apple of the city of New York, as well as the Empire State of New York, for this evening's big professional boxing card, being promoted by Don King Productions and Madison Square Garden. Is approved and sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, the former light heavyweight champion of the world, Jose Torres, chairman, Rose Trentman and Jimmy Dupree, commissioners. The chief physician in attendance at ringside this evening is Dr. Frank S. Folk, along with his two fine colleagues, Dr. Billy Lathan and Dr. Richard Estrico. The judges, George D. Gabriel, Georgie Colon, and Pat Dolan. Counting for the knockdown seconds, alternate referee Luis Rivera. The timekeeper to the bell is Cecilio Pedraja. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 10-round super welterweight bout, referee Carl Duke Nick Drake. And now, boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with the white trim. He tipped in at 153 1/2 pounds. This young man is undefeated in 28 professional bouts with 26 knockouts. From St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome aboard Julian Alexis Jackson. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the white trunks with the black trim. He weighed in at 155 1/2 pounds. This gentleman has 15 wins, 4 losses with 13 knockouts. From Honolulu, Hawaii, boxing fans, here is Derrick Sugar Cane Drane.
You're entitled to fight 10 rounds. New York boxing rules are in effect. I hope you all obey the rules.
Garden, this is a 10-rounder, super welterweight division. That's the junior middleweight division, not over 154 pounds, same thing. Julian Jackson will be wearing the red trunks from the Virgin Islands. He's ranked 7th in the world rankings by the WBA. He's number 1. Comes in at 28-0 with 26 knockouts. And Derrick Crane from Honolulu, Hawaii, 15-4, 13 knockouts. And this should be some interesting fight to see, because Julian Jackson is one of the great young super welterweights in the world. As we mentioned to you with the opening bell here in round number 1, he's 28-0. He can do it all. He's got a good left hook. He's got a strong right hand. He can double with his jab. He's just a real good all-around athlete. Now, Drane, we haven't seen fight before, but he better be pretty darn good, because he's coming off a big win over Ricky Lott just last month. He won that on a decision. Whether this fight will go the distance will remain to be seen here. Again, it's Derrick Drane to the left of your screen in the white trunks, Julian Jackson in the red trunks with the white trim. You see right away, doubling with the jab is Julian Jackson. Watch for the hook. He sets his man up unbelievably well. He takes a light left hand to the forehead to get things going here. Drane is 1 3/4 inches shorter. He's a couple of pounds heavier. They're both 25 years old. And Drane is giving up 3 inches in reach. And let's see if Julian takes advantage of that. You see him with that right hand over the outstretched left. Jackson, extremely fast hands. And again, watch for him to double with the left. He'll cut off his man in the corners. This is round 1 just underway. Scheduled for 10 rounds in the super welterweight division. Julian Jackson in at 153.5 and Drane in at 155.5. Again, Jackson doubling with the left jab, keeping him in the face. His timing, positioning is just really, he fights with so much poise and experience that he has in just the 28 fights. They haven't been able to get him some of the better opponents in the world recently. Coming up to about a year or so ago, he fought guys like Eddie Gazzo, the former world champion, Curtis Ramsey, J.J. Cottrell, Jake Torrance. He beat Santos Solis, defeated them all. He wants to fight Mike McCallum for the WBA Super Welterweight Championship, but they're having trouble putting that fight together. People know how good this man is. Again, I'm talking about Julian Jackson, the man facing you slightly to the left of your screen in the red trunks. There's the first right hand thrown by Jackson and very lightly taken on the chin. Another right hand to the head. Jackson can hit with either hand. He usually sets things up with left hooks to the body, and then he'll come right back upstairs. In this case, Drane really kind of telegraphs his right hand, and when he throws it, he's wide open for the left hook, and Jackson will catch him with it. You watch. There it is right there. Inside of 30 seconds to go, and this is the first round. There's Jackson doubling with the left and then nailing him with the right hand. Catches him with the right hand again. Wild with the right over the shoulder that time. Missing again with the right hand. Drane showing a little bit of the experience of his extensive amateur career and that he's able to tie Jackson up a little bit better than some of the fighters we've seen. You notice how Jackson stays just outside the punching room of Derrick Drane. So the bell ends round number 1. A pretty good round for Julian Jackson. We're fighting in the state of New York in Madison Square Garden. So let me tell you a little bit about the scoring here. It's the by-round scoring system here with a supplementary 4-point system. Now, judges here in New York State will give a guy a 1-0 round if he's slightly superior. As Jackson was slightly superior there, you might give him 1 supplementary point there. If he's clearly superior, he would score 2-0 in favor of the guy that was more superior. And if he's overwhelmingly the winner of the round, you give him a 3-0 round. If there's a knockdown involved or a couple of knockdowns involved, you score it 4-0. But in that case, unofficially, I would say that was Jackson's round. He was busier. He was slightly superior to Derrick Drane in the first round. So he wins the round 1-0. Here we go, round number 2 in this scheduled 10-round fight, super welterweight division. I'm Bob Sheridan, glad that you can be with us. The principals in the ring, Julian Jackson in the red trunks, Derrick Drane in the white trunks from Honolulu. Haven't seen Drane before, we've seen a lot of Jackson. Jackson handled by Russell Nanlil, Sustin Delay, and Billy Present working the corner. Carl King has a lot to do with setting up who Jackson fights. Jackson's starting to get his timing now. Although he's nailed as he goes in by Drane's right hand. He took one on the chin. And one of the few times we've seen Jackson really get popped. Doesn't seem to shake him. He's in tremendous shape from the Virgin Islands. Right hand gets through, but nothing too heavy. He stays just outside the punching ball area of Drane. Oh, there's the right hand that backs Drane up. Julian looking to score with another right. He feints left, throws the right hand, just misses, nails him with the right hand that time. And he has Drane in trouble right now, I'll tell you. The legs are rubbery as he tags him again. Drane looking for a place to fall. This is round 2, and Drane's already in trouble. Julian Jackson coming off a string of knockouts. 28-0 with 26 KOs, and he's got Drane in a heap of trouble here in round 2 in the Garden. You see the time remaining, plenty of time to go in the round. Drane is very, very wobbly, but thus far, Julian's been unable to drop him. Another right hand catches him. His legs are very, very wobbly. How he's standing is beyond me at this stage. Julian just looking to set him up with another real good right hand. He'll try to do it. He catches him again with a right hand. Again, this is just round 2, and Jackson having it all his way. Oh, there's a right hand that nails him again. Drane is ready to go, and he'll take one more shot. And Jackson just unable to really nail the finishing blow. Drane, you can see, very wobbly on the feet. There's the body shot to soften him up. Another good shot to the body by Julian Jackson. Real good right hand, and the left hook catches him. And let's see what's happening here. It looks like the referee has stopped the fight. He hasn't waved his hands. Whether he's calling the doctor in or he's stopping the fight or just what's going on, he hasn't indicated to us. It looks like he's calling the doctor in. I haven't seen him wave his hands to stop the fight. It's all over. Okay, finally, the referee, Drake, who stopped the action but never stopped the fight, in our opinion, never waved his hands, and it was all over, and it'll be scored as a second round TKO win for Julian Jackson. Another knockout for Julian Jackson. The TKO coming in the second round. We're going to show you a replay of what happened coming up here. It was just really a barrage. At no time did Derrick Drane go down. Now watch this. You'll see when Derrick Drane first gets in trouble, you'll see the big right hand landing. Bang! There it is right there. And from this point on, his legs are very, very wobbly. And Jackson just continues to pummel him. That time he catches him with the left hook. Another right hand glancing blow that time. No damage done there. A lot of damage done with that right hand. And the uppercut. And not long after that, the referee, Drake, moved in. In his mind, I guess the fight was stopped, but nobody else knew it. He never waved the fight over. It looked like he may be calling the doctor in. There's no standing 8 count in the state of New York, so we couldn't say that. But again, he never stopped the fight until after Drane had gone to his corner, and then he went back to the center of the ring. When one of the inspectors asked him what's going on, he finally held up the hand of Julian Jackson. So there's a mighty punished Derrick Drane. Again, the victim of a second round TKO. We'll have the announcement and the official time momentarily. Julian Jackson, nonetheless, a very impressive TKO winner in the second round. It came at 2:16, they tell us, of the second round. And he had Drane in all kinds of trouble. So Julian Jackson's record goes to 29-0 with 27 knockouts. And you can understand why Mike McCallum, the champion of the WBA, wants nothing to do with him. Nonetheless, he's going to have to fight sooner or later. You take a look at the fighters in that junior middleweight division or the super welterweight division, as they're talking about here. You talk about Tommy Hearns, John Mugabe, Mike McCallum, the WBA champ, Carlos Santos, Davey Moore, Buster Drayton, Matthew Hilton. All of those guys, none of them want any part of Julian Jackson. And I think you can see why.